We're gonna call him a crybaby. Oh, crybaby. Call Tiger Woods a crybaby because Tiger Woods, you know, he would miss a shot and he would toss his golf club. Well, he does that because, hey, look, I'm saying it is a sign of poor sportsmanship. There are better ways to handle the situation, but I'm not rationalizing it. I'm just saying Tom Brady is old school. He's a competitor. I mean, his contract ran out, what was it, in 2010? He could have walked off and made close to, I mean, Tom Brady could have made a whole lot more money. They still gave him a pretty lucrative contract, but it was still a hometown discount, and they even came out and said so. Because Tom Brady, like I said, I mean, come on, dude. You're talking about probably the best quarterback of all time. You know, he didn't have Jerry Rice. He had a Hall of Fame coach, but he had to put up with free agency and all this stuff. I mean, all he had to do was walk up to Kraft and say, dude, I'm not taking a discount. Okay, I'm Brady. I can go and play anywhere I want to right now, and people will pay me. And you know what? Kraft would have given him a blank check and say, okay, dude, how much you want? If he wanted it that way, he could have had it, but he didn't take it that way. You know why? Because he's old school. He cares more about winning. He cares more about the sport than he does the money. Words are words. Actions speak. And that's what I like about that dude. Sit there and say whatever you want to. Players nowadays, all they care about is cha-ching. They just care about money, and then you pay them, and they get overgrown and lazy. Tom Brady isn't like that. Tom Brady is, you know, he's old school. He's competitive. He likes to win, and he will do whatever. I mean, obviously, you know, the whole whatever is going on with this dude. Obviously, that's. But you know what? It is what it is. You think that he's the only player to ever do something like that? Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Ben Roethlisberger, he got, he supposed, he raped a girl. I don't know if he ever got convicted of it. I don't know. What about the stuff going on with Peyton Manning right now? I'm not sitting here trying to rationalize. I'm not sitting here trying to, compare bad behavior. Inappropriate behavior is inappropriate behavior. If he did something wrong, the dude should sit down and he should be fined, and he should be held accountable. He really, really should be. There's no excuse to do something like that, especially against the all you have to do is really hand the football off to Blunt and let Blunt just take care of it all. I mean, the Colts? I don't know. But anyways, I don't know. But anyways, like that that's what I like about him. He's not like, your average football player. He doesn't really care about all that stuff. And like I said, I say that because of his actions. He took a hometown discount, so to speak. Sure, they paid him a lot of money because he's Brady. Yeah, you got to pay the guy. You got to pay him. You got to make him, a lucrative contract. But like I said, if the dude wanted to go somewhere else, and if it was about the money, he wouldn't be on the Patriots right now. He'd be somewhere else. Even if the Bills wanted to sign him, if the Bills offered him more than the Patriots, and he cared more about money than he did the team that drafted him and gave him that chance, the Patriots gave him that chance. And he knows that, and he cares more about, loyalty. He cares more about the sport. He cares about, the team that he plays on. That's the way it's supposed to be. Like I said, if he wanted to, he could have walked up to Kraft, and Kraft would have just threw a blank check at him and a pen and said, okay, man, how much you want to do? Trust me. Patriots weren't going to let him walk. He could have made a whole lot more money, but he just for the sake of, because he's like that. And that's what I like about Tom. That's one of the things I like about Tom Brady. But you compare Brady to Joe Montana, like I said, Brady never had Moss. Or Brady had Moss for 1 year. And that's pretty much it. Welker is a slot receiver. Welker is not a number one guy. As good as Welker is, you run him in the slot, dude. That's it. That's pretty much who he had. He never really had that consistent wide receiver. Peyton Manning had Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. Not to mention he had good running backs. And all that stuff. Yeah, Tom Brady has a Hall of Fame coach, but I guarantee you Tony Dungy's going to probably end up in the Hall of Fame too. Now, is Bill Belichick better than Tony Dungy? Bill Belichick didn't have Tom Brady, would Bill Belichick really be in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. Possibly, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? And then people like to say, well, Tom Brady is a system quarterback. Well, how do you say that though? Because Bill Belichick is a defensive-minded coach, and Tom Brady has gone through so many offensive coordinators. It's sickening. So where's the system? I'm not getting it. And Tom Brady never had that solid number one receiver. Like Joe Montana had Jerry Rice for all those years, not to mention a Hall of Fame, Bill Walsh, I believe that's his name, Bill Walsh, Hall of Fame coach. He had a stout team defensively, and he didn't just have Jerry Rice, he had, I think Roger Craig or something like that, I don't even know. I mean, we're talking pretty much before my time, man. I mean, really, I don't even really remember these watching this dude at all. I mean, obviously I was alive. I'm not saying I wasn't here. Obviously I was alive, but I don't really remember it. I was so small. I don't remember that. But I do remember, obviously, Jerry Rice, Jerry Rice is Jerry Rice. So when you have that type of chemistry, when you have the best wide receiver of all time, not generational, all time. Like I said, Michael Jordan, you can't compare him. Jerry Rice, you can't compare him. You can compare Tom Brady versus Joe Montana, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Joe Montana, he's definitely a good quarterback, definitely, absolutely, but he had Jerry Rice that whole time. He didn't have, to put up with free agency and all that. And then not to mention, he had consistency. He had chemistry. Chemistry means so much in sports. Like, you could have an all-star team with, like, mediocre chemistry, and you can have a bunch of, I don't know, maybe average to a little bit above average, but, the average team has chemistry, lockdown chemistry. They're going to beat that all-star team pretty much 10 out of 10 times, because that's how important chemistry is. And Joe Montana and Jerry Rice had that chemistry. They really, really did. Now, without Jerry Rice, would Joe Montana be Joe Montana? Maybe. But would he still be Joe Montana, though? The Joe Montana that we've come accustomed to? Probably not. Would Jerry Rice be Jerry Rice without Joe Montana? Maybe, but probably not the Jerry Rice that we know. Probably not. You see what I'm saying? It's called chemistry. They feed off one another. And that's what I'm saying. Who did Tom Brady have? He was starting to warm up to Deion Branch and vice versa, but then, as soon as they won a Super Bowl, Branch went off to Seattle, and he just, I don't know, he wasn't really the same player. Really, who did Brady really have? He didn't have anyone. Offensive coordinators, I mean, you know how Bill Belichick does it. I mean, the offensive line, like, Bill Belichick's not afraid to cut somebody. He will cut somebody. I mean, he got rid of what's his name? Logan Ryan or something. I don't even remember this dude. But they shipped him off to Tampa, and they got a tight end and a wide receiver. I mean, Bill Belichick does, that's how he does it. He's not, the only one he would never really probably cut is Tom Brady. That's it. Definitely not Tom Brady. But everyone else, goodbye. If you don't do your job, see ya. He's not afraid to cut people. I guarantee you, he would have cut Wes Welker if he had to. He sat Wes Welker down in that playoff game versus the Jets for like a quarter, because Wes Welker was, running his mouth during that one play, before that one playoff game before the Jets. Bill Belichick doesn't care. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying Bill Belichick got rid of all his play. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Tom Brady, because of, again, free agency and just the way Bill Belichick handles stuff. I mean, Bill Belichick has gotten rid of players for reasons, and, and all that. So I'm just saying, football today, and pretty much, Brady was drafted in the year 2000. Montana's area. a straight lockdown. I mean, if I don't even know. But even if free agency did exist back then, I don't really know. But it definitely was not like, I mean, today players walk for. I mean, if players aren't making I mean, if you offer a player 50 cents more somewhere else, the dude's gonna run to a division rival. That's just how it is. There's no more loyalty. Everybody cares about nickels and dimes. Nobody cares about the game of football anymore, or the game of basketball, or any other game. So, you know, but as far as who's better, I don't know. I'm gonna probably lean more towards, I would say, Brady, because not because I'm a Brady fan. Trust me, if I thought Montana was better, I'd say Montana. But I think I'd rather have Brady because Brady knows how to get it done with no one, pretty much. I mean, like I said, wide receiver core. Who did he have? Who did this guy have? I mean, Gronkowski didn't come on the scene until what, 2010? I mean, Brady was already like 10 years into his career at that point. Who did Brady have? Really no one. So I'm saying consistently, you know, like Montana had Rice. So I don't know. I'm just talking about a whole lot of nothing. But yeah, the 90s Bulls, you can't compare those guys, man. You just can't. I mean, you could if you want to. Compare them all you want to. But I'm just saying, for me, I mean, I know better. So, I mean, I've seen Jordan turn people into pretzels right on the court, man. Like, go check that Van Gundy game out on YouTube. So, Curry's not going to do that, and LeBron James is not going to do that. I could see Kobe doing something like that, though, possibly. But Jordan will do it before Kobe would. But Kobe is probably the only other player in my generation that I could say would probably Kobe in his prime. I could definitely see Kobe doing something like that, absolutely. But Jordan did it. So go check that YouTube video out.